I have a 1999 Suzuki JR50 with new top end, new rings, and wrist pen. I have the receipts here where I just put the rings on it. Here's the old rings. Here's the old wrist pin bearing. I checked the top end. I already checked crank bearings and stuff like that. Everything in the lower end is perfect. I'll fire it up real quick. Second. I just put them in there and haven't even rolled the bike yet. I just been letting it heat cycle right now to break in. Fires right up. Fires up, runs awesome. Like I said, I haven't even driven this thing yet. I just finished putting the new rings on it. Give you a little rundown. It comes with a parts bike too, and a crap load of parts for the parts bike. Or if you just want to put it together or use it for parts for this one. But when I bought it, or when I got the bike, the guy told me it just needed a clutch. Let me shut it off real quick. When I got it, the guy told me it just needed a clutch. Well, I ended up getting a new clutch for it, putting a brand new clutch in it. Went to start it up. It's kind of low on compression. It ran alright, but it just had like really nothing to it. I mean, it was constantly bogging and wouldn't stay running. So obviously that's why I replaced the rings in it and I put a new wrist pin bearing in there. But it wasn't complete bike like I was told. You can see there's no rear brake assembly on it, but I do have it. It's right here. But what happened was, I mean, I can't really say he did this or not. I'm not really sure, but from the looks of it, how badly rusted the bolt was, you can see that it doesn't reach all the way to the back. So it needs a new rod for the rear brake. That's it. That's all it needs. And it could use a new air filter. I actually, the old busted off, I have the little piece that the rod slides through, that it goes onto the arm of the brake, and I have the spring and the nut. I have a nut for it too. It just needs the rod, that's it. But here's the old one. You can see it's broke off where it was broke off on there. But everything is there. The only thing that it is missing is the little side cover on this side. I mean, that's it. I mean, it's like a couple bucks on eBay, or if you could find one used somewhere, but I want 500 bucks for it. I mean, like I said, this thing is brand spanking new. The top end, it's perfect. Compression is 100% perfect on this thing. It'll fire right up. I just barely even pushed it a little bit harder and it fires right up. So there's no issues at all with this thing. Well, other than the rear brake rod. I mean, somebody could probably make one, you know, if they could. If they had like a long enough piece of rod with a threaded end, they could just slide it right through. The little piece that it slides in goes right inside here, and then the rod slides in there, and then the nut goes on it. Well, you got to put the spring on there too, but the nut goes on the back. So, but that's it. You know, bike runs perfect. I got the mixture a little bit fat because it's breaking in. So I don't want it sitting there, you know, at an idle, running on a little bit on the lean side. I'd rather it have a little bit more gas and oil than so that way it's, you know, rings break in better. But I haven't even drove the bike yet. 500 bucks, the bike could have both of them. I'm not splitting them up neither. You know, this one You know, it could be gone through. It doesn't have the side cover on there, but it has, you know, most of the parts for it. Carburetor, has a whole nother carburetor, has the pieces for the carburetor in this bucket here. They obviously need cleaned up. Not really sure much to say about it. It's got a new plug in it. The carb, I went through the carb, cleaned all the jets and everything out on it. Could use a seat cover, but you know, it's just cosmetic. It's a really nice little bike. I was going to keep it for my son, but he has, well, main reason I'm getting rid of it is I need to get cases for my wife's blaster. I bought that thing, and guy told me that it just needed rings. Well, the cases were broke. But my son has a little PW50, and he loves it, so I'm going to get rid of the JR50. I was going to keep it as a backup. It's my bike. But yeah, 500 bucks. It's got a new top end on it, new plug, fresh. Changed the crankcase oils. Changed too. Tires are in good shape. It just needs cleaned up. That's it. So I'll post this in a little bit.